Imagine a multi-million-dollar high-speed sorting machine. It just grinds to a screeching halt, alarms blaring, right?
Right, yeah, total chaos.
And the culprit isn't like a mechanical failure. It's just a lumpy birthday card with a plastic jewel glued to the front.
Which is actually so common.
Welcome to today's deep dive, everyone. We are getting into the surprisingly rigid secret language of the post office and shipping logistics.
Yeah, it's a fascinating topic. We've got a really great stack of sources today.
We do. We are pulling from postal dimension guides, some ESL conversational transcripts, and actual logistics customer service manual.
Exactly. And our mission here is really just to give you a shortcut to being a shipping pro.
Save you some time, maybe some money, and definitely the headache of return mail. So, okay, let's unpack this. We usually think of sending a letter as just, dropping a note in a box.
Right, super simple.
But you're actually feeding this item into a high-stakes obstacle course.
You really are.
Yeah.
We tend to view the postal system as this friendly neighborhood service, but it's fundamentally a massive automated global matrix.
A matrix that doesn't like surprises.
Exactly. Because it's automated, the machines demand absolute conformity from the very first step.
Which means the physical shape of your item dictates its entire fate and its price before you even buy a stamp.
Yes, precisely.
It honestly reminds me of airline baggage fees. You know when you try to stuff your carry-on into that metal sizer at the gate?
Oh, I hate those things.
Right, and if it bulges even a fraction of an inch, suddenly you are paying $50.
That is a perfect analogy. The Postal Service has its own metal sizers, basically, just
Yeah.
with much tighter tolerances.
How tight are we talking?
Well, a standard letter has to be under 3.5 ounces. It must be completely flexible.
Okay.
And here's the kicker, a maximum of exactly 1/4 inch thick.
Wow, just a quarter inch.
Yeah. If you go over that, say up to 13 ounces and 3/4 of an inch thick, your mail is now classified as a flat.
A flat, like a thick magazine?
Exactly. Or a large manila envelope. And flats literally need their own specific sorting machines.
Wait, so that lumpy greeting card, the ones with the little plastic jewels or the bulky sound box inside?
Yeah, the fun ones.
So that is essentially just a poorly disguised package.
It really is. Anything rigid, lumpy, or uneven automatically graduates to the package category.
Just because of the shape.
It's purely mechanical. Letter sorting machines fly through paper at breakneck speeds, so a lumpy card will literally jam the gears.
Oh, so it ruins the whole flow.
Right, so it has to be kicked out of the automated process entirely and handled manually by a human, and that is why it costs you more.
Okay, so let's say the machines successfully process your properly sized envelope, right? They shoot it down the line.
Yep, phase one complete.
But how do they actually read where it's going? Because, we treat envelopes like blank canvases for our creative handwriting.
Oh, the post office definitely does not see it that way. What's fascinating here is how strictly the space on an envelope is zoned.
Zoned, like city real estate.
Exactly. Postal machines view envelopes as heavily regulated city blocks. The return address must be exactly 1/4 inch from the top and left side.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And there is a mandatory 1 inch by 1 inch space reserved strictly for the stamp on the upper right.
They are that specific.
They are.
Hmm.
Plus, the recipient's address must be written parallel to the longest edge of the envelope. If you build outside the zone, you basically get bulldozed.
Come on, does it really matter where I write it if the zip code is correct? I always thought they'd just figure it out.
Most people do think that.
Are you telling me my creative angled handwriting is actually getting my mail thrown into a rejection bin?
It absolutely is, because you aren't writing for a human. You are writing for an optical character reader.
Like a scanner.
Right. Think of the sorting machine like a slot machine for paper. It uses that long bottom edge to align the paper on the track.
Okay, so it has to be completely straight.
Exactly. If your writing is sideways or placed higher than 2 3/4 inches from the bottom, the camera scanning for text is essentially looking at a blank wall.
That makes so much sense, actually.
And if you skip the return address, the system physically cannot automatically route it back to you when it fails.
All right, so if everything goes perfectly, your meticulously zoned envelope leaves that purely mechanical environment and it finally enters human logistics.
Which changes the rules completely.
Right. Looking at these customer service training manuals, it is clear the tracking updates we obsessively refresh are totally misunderstood.
Completely misunderstood.
Like, their golden rule for agents is clear information is better than fast, wrong information. So how does that explain what we see on our screens?
Well, it means you have to read the statuses completely literally based on human scanning.
Okay, give me an example.
So when you see warehouse, it means the barcode was literally scanned off a truck and into a building. It is sitting still.
Oh, so it's not moving at all.
Not at all. And it won't update to out for delivery until a human scanner physically pairs that exact barcode to a specific delivery truck's manifest.
Right, because people see a little truck icon on the tracking page and assume, oh, it's arriving in 5 minutes.
Yeah, never fall for the truck icon.
Never trust the truck.
Seriously. They delay that final update because a false out for delivery notification creates millions of dollars in unnecessary customer service calls.
Oh, that makes sense. People calling like, where is my stuff?
Exactly. Out for delivery means a specific human has scanned it onto a specific vehicle destined for your address that day.
And anything else.
Anything else just means transport.
So, the ultimate cheat code to the postal matrix is actually pretty simple.
Well, it's simple, yeah.
Keep it flat under a 1/4 inch, keep your handwriting in the bottom center zone, and trust the literal words on your tracking page, not the little pictures.
If you do that, you are playing perfectly into their system. You become an efficient first step in a very rigid process.
It's all about being a good cog in the machine.
Basically, yes.
So, next time you drop a simple letter in a blue box, consider this. How will this multi-billion-dollar robotic network adapt when we inevitably stop sending paper entirely?
That is a wild thought.
Right. Imagine those massive machines left searching for a 1 by 1 inch stamp that just isn't there anymore.